Hi, welcome. I'm Tom, your host, and this is the DROPCAST Movie Poster Podcast Release Edition. Today, I have a brilliant artist on who is kind of new to the whole poster scene, but he has done brand logos, he's done great murals, and he is in the same time zone as I am, but he is far, far away. Let's welcome in a little bit Mr. Chris Valentine, and after that, we will talk about some more releases with James, of course, and so stay tuned for that as well, and don't forget to smash that like button. So Chris, hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, Tom? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, and it's really nice to chat. And I have seen the commission for Apocalypse now that we're going to talk about here and gonna pick apart piece by piece. And it's a great piece of art. It is up there in terms of the Bob Peak stuff. It has similarity for me at least, and it is really great work, man. So let's jump into it and show the people what we are talking about here. And first off, there are three different versions for this piece. And the first one is the regular version. It is an edition of 65. Then we have the Darkness variant, which is an edition of 56. And then we have a Napalm variant, which is my personal favorite to be exact. And the size, the Napalm variant is an edition of 54, and all sizes are 24 by 36. So Chris, how about you tell us how did this all happen? How did you start out with the movie poster world? I mean, I have seen your incredible portraits of from the sports world and other very great artistic stuff. Let us know what's the deal here.
Sure, bro. Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me on, man. Big fan.
It's my pleasure.
Fan.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. There's so many artists that be on your show that I've just followed for, man, like over a decade, to be honest. Especially, go for it.
For the people, we're doing this interview the day after the Kevin Tong release. So you have seen the Kevin Tong one. I'm also a big Kevin Tong fan. And how do you like it? Do you enjoy it?
Bro, to be honest, that was my first time actually hearing about Kevin, which is
it is?
shocking,
oh my god.
Yeah. I'm just starting to figure out this whole AMP scene, man. Like, there's so many incredible artists, but Jegorz Domoratsky for one, Gabs. I learned how to pronounce Jegorz from your show.
Yeah.
Here's Lord of the Rings poster. Like, I think he's probably the illustrator I've been following for the longest. Like, I remember
that's cool.
About 14 years ago, man, when I first started discovering what illustration was, like, I didn't have a clue. And I think it was Computer Arts magazine. It was a magazine from the UK at the time, like a design illustration magazine.
Yeah.
And they had a feature on Gabs in there. And that was my first time seeing his work, and I was just blown away, bro. Like, I love portraits. So to see his pencil portraits and the way he colored them digitally and stuff, that was my first time seeing that. So, man, I actually started finding about the AMP scene through his Lord of the Rings poster recently with Bottleneck.
Oh, interesting, yeah. Did you order one? Did you order one?
I did. I tried to, and then Bottleneck emailed me to say that they don't ship to South Africa anymore because apparently a bunch of their parcels disappeared in the mail. So I was gutted, bro. Like, I haven't actually had a chance to start collecting AMPs yet because I'm only just finding out about it now. So I was desperate to get that.
Hey, I'll try to get the hookup for you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Because this has to happen.
I've actually just been chatting to him because, dude, like, he followed me back on Instagram the other day. I was fangirling so hard. Like, what the hell? This guy's like my flipping idol. Like, this is crazy. So I've been chatting to him, and we might be able to, like, hook up an AP or something. So I'm really hoping that happens.
This is also for the other people that follow the show and maybe other ones that are not on the Facebook groups. The Facebook groups are a very important part of this whole community. And there are very good sites like the UK EU traders, for example. There's a smaller side, but they can always help out with PBing. But in your case, I think would be the best one to look out for the US sites, like Poster Buddies and Traders, for example. There's I think worldwide community, but there's a kind of larger community, but they're still doing good work, and there are good people in there, and they might be able to help you out with being a poster buddy. That they try to order that for you and get it to them, and they send it out to you to South Africa if the galleries don't send it there. But this is a good community. So also good for you.
It's such a great community, man. My word, like everybody's been so welcoming. I've just made so many new friends and stuff. A mate of mine, Paul, actually, that commissioned the Apocalypse Now artwork. Yeah. And geez, man, through chatting to him and just getting tips on just his like crazy knowledge about the AMP world and movies in general, just the conversations we've had and how much I've learned from him already. Like, big shout out to Paul. He's a really good mate of mine. But obviously meeting guys like Jake Cantu,
yeah. I always pronounce it Cantu, but I don't know if I'm right, but I would pronounce it like that.
I don't know either, but I don't know. You haven't had him on the show yet, eh?
No, we're talking a lot, Jake and I, but he's gonna come on, but there's some personal stuff that he has to take care of before, and then when the time's right, he's gonna be on.
Jake's a champion, man. Like, he's been so welcoming as well. Like, started chatting to him very early on. His Sicario poster, probably like one of my favorites ever, dude. It's ridiculous. Like,
I was lucky to grab one, so this is going to be exciting.
Amazing, bro. That's super exciting. I will keep an eye out for that box.
I have a plan to put it like on the other side, like taking Cap down. I'm sorry, Cap, but Cap got to go for a sec here. Putting the Sicario here, and then and I need to get the other Kevin Tong. I need R2D2.
Yeah, amazing.
This needs to come here, so hopefully soon.
The 3PO is awesome, man. Love it.
It's a good piece.
So like with Gabs, his Lord of the Rings, that's basically what I saw. I was like, okay, what is this? I've been following Gabs' work for so long. Lord of the Rings is my favorite trilogy ever, like closely up there with Star Wars and Harry Potter. But I saw his Star Wars poster and then started finding Bottleneck Gallery, and I was like, okay, this is like a whole cult scene of movie poster collectors. Like, what the? I want to do that. Like, how do I get into that? And ended up DMing a couple of the guys on Instagram, one of whom was Mr. Juandolf, who's also been on the show. He's awesome.
Juan Ramos, such a cool man. Bro. He is such a good guy. Yeah.
He is the Juan. Juan Ramos to rule them all. He's awesome, bro. So I was chatting to him, and he basically gave me a bunch of tips on how to get started and stuff, and ended up getting my first little private commission to do a painting for Apocalypse. And man, it's just been awesome since then. The feedback, the love, it's just been incredible. I'm so grateful, man. That's
so great to hear that you've been welcomed so much to this community, and even though with everything going on, like it's a good thing that things are digitally and at this end, like to include people from other parts of the world. But how's it going, by the way? Like, how's Corona and COVID situation in South Africa?
It's intense, bro. We've got like a third wave at the moment, so it kind of got a lot better for a while. We've on like 5 stages of lockdowns. So obviously started level 5 or level 6. I think it was level 5. Got all the way back down to level 1, and it was really chilled. Everything opened up again, and now recently, like the last couple of weeks, it's just gone back up and up and up again. So we're on level 3 at the moment. So not great, but everything's still open for now. So
how's the vaccination? Is that
first, man?
It's rolling
out. Like, it's rolling out. I think it's still in like the older age groups for now, because the government's just going from healthcare workers and elderly people and working down. So you can get vaccines for cheaper at any age group if you want to, at the chemists and the pharmacies and stuff. But I'm not entirely sure how it compares to like the government ones. I don't know, man. Figuring out as we go. Yeah. How's it been on your side?
It's getting better. We're at this part now that everybody can get a date for vaccination, but there's probably too much. So some of the dates that probably going to roll back after the summer. But that's what they're doing right now. They're testing for children to get the vaccination as well. So it's trending in the right direction. But this new Delta variant thing from India, That's like what everybody is scared about. And I saw about this article about, was it
crazy times, man.
Uganda, or I think it was Uganda. I'm not sure, but somewhere in Africa at least, that there was like a big problem with there's no vaccination, there's no oxygen anymore and stuff like that. But
yeah, bro, I know our hospitals are like really taking a strain again at the moment. Apparently, just ventilators and all of that. This whole thing's crazy. But then on the flip side, I've been watching the Euros and see places like Hungary, it's like packed stadiums full, no one's got masks.
That's crazy, right?
It's mad, bro.
I just heard that like I just saw in Finland that the games that were in Russia, all the Finnish people that came back, like 800 people were tested positive and stuff like that from the stadium.
Seriously.
I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. Why is nobody stopping this? That's why Tokyo Olympic Games can't happen.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But it just feels so irresponsible. I mean,
it does.
We know it's there, we know it's real. We kind of assumed, I was talking to my wife about it. We were watching, I think it was Portugal versus France, and the stadium was packed. No one had masks. We were just saying, like, maybe they've just rolled out the vaccines a lot faster, so they feel like they're safer or something. I'm not sure. But
nope. I think with testing it's kind of okay, but something has to slip through with so many people. I mean, in school, for example, where I work, we do like testings every other day. It was like that. So when the kids come in the morning, we test them, and we as teachers, we have to test ourselves every other day, and it's like it's very intense.
Is that the nose test, like the normal?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bro, every day. That's horrible.
Every other day.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm kind of used to it. It's not that bad anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Respect.
But
the first one I got when our daughter was born was fine, but the second one I got like 2 weeks ago or something was horrible. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was just
we do. Congratulations, by the way, to getting.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Coming to dad.
It's almost a year. It's crazy, man. Like 2 months. July, end of July.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a year already, so it's mad.
Time flies, man.
Time flies so much, bro. Especially when you're in lockdown.
Exactly. Anyway, let's get back to our poster. I mean, it's fun for the people to see some private chatting between just two guys that know each other from the internet.
But I talk way too much, so just tell me to shut up.
Don't worry, man. People love that stuff. You know how that is.
It's a better problem to have, right? Than just like awkward silence the whole time.
Exactly. So let's get back to your beautiful posters. How does the numbers reflect in terms of the edition size? Because they're all different. Is there people didn't want that, or was it just okay?
So, it actually started out just as the regular, and then we ended up doing 2 variants, and we were just like, cool, if you guys want to mix and match between what you feel like. So almost all of the guys ended up actually going for all 3. There were a couple of guys that wanted 2 of them, and a few people who wanted just the regular. So that was awesome, and I was blown away by that. So it was really cool, especially because the artwork wasn't different on the variants. So it was literally just color changes.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to have different effects on them as well. So the regular is going to have a gloss varnish on the title, I think possibly on the actors' names as well. And then the darkness variant's got I think it's a pale gold metallic ink on the titles and the surnames. And then on the napalm, I think we're doing a gloss varnish over the titles as well. So they're all going to be slightly different. But in terms of the artwork, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. All right. How did this? Why did you choose Apocalypse now? Is it by the way? Is it the first commission?
The first one, yeah.
Okay, so
that's my first one as an AMP, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So why was this chosen, and why, like, did you decide like, oh, I want to do this, and did you get into the ring and get in touch with Paul, or was it something else?
Straight up, man. So I got in touch with Paul first, and then we just chatted about movies that we both love and stuff, and he really loves Apocalypse Now, and I do too. But I think we chatted a lot about war movies. I'm very passionate about, obviously not about war, but I love war movies. Always did since I was a kid.
What's your favorite?
So we chatted about, man, at the moment it's probably Fury.
All right, okay.
I think when I first started getting into AMP stuff and figuring out the scene and stuff, I started doing a poster for Fury just as like a personal piece, just to see what I could do. So I never actually ended up finishing it because I did about half, and then Paul and I started chatting, and he said Apocalypse would just be a really, really great one to go with. But man, there's so many war movies. Like Saving Private Ryan, the old guys, like some of the really old ones, like Bridge Over the River Kwai. And used to get all of those on VHS when I was a kid, man. Like, so awesome. But yeah, so Fury is probably my favorite for a while. Enemy at the Gates, pretty close as well. The snipers.
2001.
So many, bro.
Great movie.
Yeah, straight up. So started chatting to Paul about that in Apocalypse Now. We both love it. It's a classic.
I'm sorry, but I forgot to ask. Did Paul contact you, or was it the other way around?
I got in touch with him, man.
Okay, cool.
So I found out about him. We started chatting, started hitting it off, and just very similar taste in movies and what we love and what kind of art we love. So that's pretty much how we ended up on Apocalypse.
Okay, and can you walk us through your process? What is the first stage? What are you doing, and how does it come out at the end? Like,
straight up, man. So obviously, I still think the toughest part of all of it is the original, like the layout stage, and getting that right. I remember reading one of Christoph's interviews the other day, and he was saying he's got like 20 gig folders of just PSD Photoshop layouts. So it's basically like collaging together stuff until it starts looking right to the composition. But obviously, for me, it was also very much about thematically making sure it ties in with what the movie's about. And I really wanted Kurtz to be, obviously Kurtz is a big feature of the movie. So I really wanted to focus on the river and Kurtz. Obviously just because that's crucial, almost like blood vessels and veins leading up towards Kurtz. And then for me, portraits have always been a huge thing. So I just wanted to have, I know there's the whole floating heads debate, and no one seems to be a big fan of floating heads posters, but I think a lot of my favorite movie posters are just character focused and people focused. I'm not sure what it is. I think I've just always enjoyed the challenge of doing portraits and getting likenesses right. So that was a big factor in this one for me. I just wanted to get all of the main characters in.
It's a difference between floating heads and incorporating them into a composition. So I'll say you're not doing a floating heads poster.
Thanks.
But
man.
So you do that? You pencil them, or do you digitally sketch them? What's your process in that regard?
To be honest, I go straight into like photo collages. So just getting tons of references together, and just because it's faster for me to play around with layouts first. So I really want to get the layout really polished before I start actually drawing or painting anything. I think possibly because I'm not very good at just drawing from imagination either. So I can't just like sketch a layout or 6 layouts from imagination first. I know Juice and a lot of the guys do like tons of pencil drawings beforehand. But for this one, I think it was just a matter of getting the characters I wanted, finding the best references and stuff, and then just playing around with composition so it looked pretty close to a finish. Also, I like to just play around with all of the colors first, especially for the regular, to get that like spot on. Also, because it was my first proper poster, I wanted to make sure like it looked really good before I even started drawing painting. Also, like when you get into the oil paints, I'd rather not have to be making too many changes by the time I get to like a tight oil painting. Just because it's quite tricky, but if you need to do it, you do it.
Yeah, how's it working with when you do the oil? So you have the composition, everything is done. You probably penciled it on the final piece, the OG, and then you paint with oil on top of it, right?
Yeah. So I'll usually do a straight up like pencil drawing, like a very tight pencil drawing. And then generally how I start at the moment is darks first. So I'll start with the darkest dark colors, fill all of that in, then go to midtones, then go to highlights. But I think with pieces like this, it's so many different portraits and so many different elements that are exciting to paint. I ended up just like bouncing around between one thing to another. So there's not as much routine to it, but yeah.
Okay,
that's pretty much the process.
Looking at the poster, because you sent me the image with where you holding the black and white version of the piece. Without the title treatment. So this was the finished project in terms of what has been scanned, and then the color came in, or did you draw like everything with colors?
So I usually do stuff full color, but I think for this one, because it was such bright colors that we ended up going with, because we wanted that real like 60s Jimi Hendrix kind of feel, so the bright neon pinks and the yellows. I was just really worried I wasn't going to be able to match those colors properly in oils. It's possible, but to try and keep it that clean and not muddy the colors at all is pretty tough. So I figured I'll just paint it in black and white, take photos and stuff, and then add colors in Photoshop.
So basically, the darkness variant is actually the regular.
It's actually the regular, straight up, man.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Sure.
And is it basically you tracing the image then, the scanned image, or are you doing are you adjusting on that end as well?
What do you mean, the final painting once it gets into Photoshop?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, it was the final painting I got photographed. I've got a really amazing photographer mate of mine who did that for me, and then put it into Photoshop. And the regular and the napalm variant were actually just gradient overlays, like a combination of different gradient overlays. Yeah. So for this particular one, that was the closest way to get to the colorway that we had. But man, it was a lot of adjusting in Photoshop and like painting over, because we ended up going with a solid background color behind the Valkyries and stuff as well, behind Kurtz. So it's just testing tons of different options and colors, and then adjusting a lot of stuff until it looked right.
Is that did you all do the layering, or was it done by somebody else, or and the separations and stuff like that?
Okay, so for this one, I forgot to mention that we're actually doing a giclée for this one.
Oh, a giclée. Okay, I was wondering.
Just to get the all the detail of the brush strokes and stuff.
Of course.
I look forward to doing screen prints at some point. I know Mr. San Jose Juan.
San
Jose. Yeah, he sounds like he's absolutely amazing. So
yeah, he's Mr. Separations. He's basically every great piece he did.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So I think this one, just because it's an oil painting, we thought it's a bit easier to go with giclée, and it's probably a bit more faithful to the medium. We didn't want to get all of the small details. Yeah.
That's a great choice, because we had this discussion on this on the podcast before, also in the groups. You've seen that it's not always the logical step to use screen printing as a medium, and going to giclée with this kind of especially with this kind of detail, as you mentioned, the brush strokes, I think that's a good choice to do that as a giclée.
And then it's a bit of both as well, because you've got the titles and all the credits and stuff done as a screen print overlay.
Oh, okay.
So stand out nicely. Yeah,
that's
the
perfect.
Best of both worlds. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's a mixed medium. Love the approach to that. And how are you? Are you satisfied with this product, or are you kind of this kind of guy who always says no, I wish I would have done that better, or something like that?
Man, maybe I should be. I feel like I should be that guy, because I love people like that, but they're never satisfied. But at the same time, I'm really proud of that piece. I don't know if you can see it down there, but I got the oil painting down there. And
I can see it a little bit, yeah.
I think because it's like my first movie poster painting, it's got a special place in my heart, man. I don't know, a year from now, I might come back and be like, doesn't look anything like him, or what did I do? But at the moment, I'm happy with it.
That's awesome. So are there going to be APs in the future for this piece?
There are, man. It's in print at the moment as we speak. So I'm going to be getting 10 APs of all three. So I'm going to have 30 altogether, of which I'll definitely be keeping one of each. So probably about 26, 27 APs.
That's a good tip. Always keep APs. Maybe keep even two of them, just in case. You know, if somebody wants to trade with you, that's always like an option. Or if somebody like a good friend missed out on it and wants it later, or something like that.
I was watching your chat with Matt Taylor last night. Yeah. He was saying he trades for sneakers, or he did at one point for a really nice pair of sneakers. That's awesome, man. Very cool.
So sometimes they're not available in the UK and stuff like that. So you have to do what you have to do, I guess.
Do what you got to do, man. Find a way to win.
I saw Rory Kurtz. He offered money and APs or whatever somebody wanted for in terms of value for, I think it was a PlayStation 5. I think he wanted.
Nice. Score, bro.
So there you go. If you don't get it, why not trade?
Totally. And Rory, Rory is so amazing. I remember seeing his Baby Driver poster at the cinemas. Actually, my wife and I went to go watch it, and I was like, "What is that? Are we going to watch that movie?" That illustrated poster. It's so rare to see in the actual cinemas. All the Photoshop posters these days. And yeah, man, he's just incredible. I watched his interview with you about Parasite as well. What a poster, man.
That was
He's so
great.
good.
He's so good. Did you check
Ridiculous.
out Greg Ruth, by the way? I mean, I think you would like him as well.
I haven't actually. I saw your Thanos piece by him. Was
Yeah.
that by him? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's by him exactly. But yeah, I think it was like he this was the third podcast that ever came out, and he was on it.
Amazing.
It's like a legend on the third podcast. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Word. Well done.
So yeah, and I'm always happy that I had the chance to talk to him, and he's like, oh man, this guy, especially when you look at his like the newer stuff where he's like doing like the private commissions, like the ones he did, and then he sells like the sketches and like some drawing warm-ups and stuff like that. And when he draws flames and smoke, it's just, oh my lord.
Oh, bro. Okay, I need to check his work just now.
Yeah,
make sure I'm sure I'm following him already. I just
do that. I think you will really enjoy his kind of style as well. He's also very good at portrays and stuff like that.
Incredible.
But before we're gonna finish, and I'm gonna talk to James, I would love to hear a short movie review of Apocalypse Now. What do you really like? What maybe some of the parts you're kind of like, oh, I'm okay about it, and what is the rating from 0 to 10 for you?
Well, man, I have to be honest. I've never been a huge fan of Vietnam movies. Just personally, I don't know why. It's always been World War II for me, World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
But Apocalypse Now is it's incredible, bro. It transcends everything. You know, it's just such a genius movie. I love the fact that it is so trippy as well. All the scenes along the river, it's just absolutely bizarre. I think it just portrays war in a different way to any other movie I've seen.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like, I don't know. Have you read Heart of Darkness?
I haven't. I need to, man. That's
black
and white variant Darkness, but yeah.
That's where it's all based from, you know, like from the novel, and I think it's playing in Africa. I'm not sure right now, but I think it was playing in Africa. I think in Congo or something like that, and it's about it has the same kind of story, like going down the river, having the similarities, and they put it in a Vietnam setting, and I think it's a little bit different. It's not some kind of war, or maybe colonialism and stuff like that plays an important role in it.
Okay. Crazy, man. Did you feel like it was a good representation in the movie, or do you think?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's totally spot on. It's that if you read the book, you're like, oh yeah, that's there. Kurtz is there. I think it's even Kurtz. I think they have the same name even, but I'm not sure right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
crazy, man.
It's great stuff. The horror.
Yeah, bro. The horror, man. What a beautiful movie. And the Flight of the Valkyries, obviously, that's power, bro. I had to get them in. In fact, that helicopter just to the left of Kurtz's head is probably my favorite part of the whole poster. And Kurtz's portrait, just because he's got Marlon Brando's face. It's just so crazy expressive, man. Like, absolutely, man. I'm actually busy painting his portrait right now for a Superman commission for a collector in the UK. Yeah. So I'll probably be able to show that relatively soon. But yeah, cool. So Marlon Brando's awesome. But dude, it's Apocalypse Now. Like,
what's not to like? 5
out of 10. Like, come on, it's a classic. Yeah. It's amazing.
So I take it it's a 10 out of 10.
25, bro.
All right, there you go.
No, definitely a 10 out of 10, bro. It's a classic.
Perfect. That's amazing. Okay, Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show, talking about this wonderful commission. And AP is gonna be soon, so follow this man. You see his Instagram account down there. Are you on Twitter as well?
I am on Twitter, but I never use Twitter, so I probably should.
Do that. It helps, especially with retweeting.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks, bro.
I will tag you if you tell me later the handle.
I'll tell you my handle later.
Okay,
I can't remember it now, but I'll give it to you. But yeah, Instagram and website.
Thank you so much for coming on, Chris. And now we're moving over to James. Hey, what's up, James? How you doing, buddy? Great to see you. Great to have you on this early morning. I know I dragged you out of bed very early, but it's for a good cause because the people want this show.
Yeah, it is really early for me. Is this like torture for England beating Germany? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't care about that. I really don't. I really don't. I'm not into soccer. I just follow the statistics.
Football, mate.
That
Good football.
that's about it. So I don't know. Sometimes people don't believe that it's Germany. You have to be a soccer fan. No, I'm not. But yeah, let's start out because we have a lot of releases to cover. I think it's like around 40 or something. So there's a lot to go over.
A lot of paper.
What's that? A lot of paper?
It's a lot of paper, yeah, or cotton.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting, and there's going to be more than cotton. We're going to cover some pins as well and some coins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Do you know that guy from Pitch
Wow.
Meeting? Have you seen Pitch Meeting? No?
No.
Go check out Pitch Meeting. It's the funniest.
Well, that's sold me. That little wow.
It's like but you know the premise of Pitch Meeting, right? It's like this
No.
it's from Screen Rant. It's like I think it's also the guys who made Honest Trailers. They have now Pitch Meeting. So it's basically like a movie, Wonder Woman, for example. That's not an example, but they have tons of movies, and then the guy who wants to pitch Wonder Woman or Wonder Woman 84 to the studio, and then the same guy plays also the studio head, and then like he explains the premise and like some stuff, and like when something's really great, the studio guy says wow, like super ironically. It's like super funny, and then if he like asks questions like but what about the ethnic repercussions of like I don't know, this Trevor guy, the when he's in a body there, and then he's like, oh, I don't know, you need to get off my back, all the way off my back, and then it's like really funny. Just watch it.
Do you know that's probably like pretty realistic, to be honest, as well. Some of the people that work like in entertainment.
I wonder sometimes that they should at least acknowledge. If they would ask those questions, somebody is going to raise those questions in the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
They must totally disregard it. It's like weird.
People like, the high ups have such high self-importance and nothing else matters.
It's just
like if they have
in
ideas,
here, out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it is. And then someone marks it up, someone like down the line says like, we can't do this. And it just messes up the whole project.
So we have to do this now.
You
said we can't. Now we do.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
Alrighty. Yeah. Let's get into the releases. We're gonna start off with Bottleneck as always, and they have a ton of releases to cover. And first one is by Alice X Zhang. And she has been on the podcast, at least in a release format, a bunch of times. And there are two releases that have been a timed edition. It ran until last Sunday, and probably most of you got some because there are some really, really cool looking prints. It's for WandaVision, the WandaVision show, and the first one is We'll Say Hello Again. And as I mentioned, the timed edition, and there are two different sizes. There's a regular version, and there's an XL variant, which is 24 by 36 by 24. And this is not a timed edition. This is an edition of 100. So that's really interesting that they have those two different size formats. I have to say, I think the bigger sizes, I haven't checked if they have sold out, but probably they did. And I think it's too big for me. And her style. I think that the 19
she does like an art print style, doesn't he? Doesn't she? Rather than posters. So I guess it's interesting to kind of gauge like if buyers want that kind of style, like 24 by 36 or poster size.
I think it would personally for me it would be too big. I would rather go with the 19 by 30 inch because first of all, it's not a poster per se, as you just mentioned, and like I would love to have more of the series because the first one is We'll Say Hello Again, and the second one with the same dimensions and the same numbers is Love Persevering, and they would go quite good together, and like having them in this XL variant would definitely defeat the purpose. I think Like it.
Yeah, unless you just had a room full of WandaVision stuff.
Exactly.
It's
Or
just like, this is my WandaVision room. That wall is this. That wall is
yeah,
that.
or if you have like 5 meter high ceilings
Yeah, maybe these are like for offices.
or
Like
lofts. Yeah,
might buy these. Yeah,
like industrial lofts with like multiple.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I
Exactly.
put it in my loft. Yeah, I've got a WandaVision loft. I just put them up there.
I've got a WandaVision loft. I'll take these, put it in my loft, bring it over.
Buy the XLs and put it in the loft. Yeah, great.
And the other XL goes to the summer house.
I've got a loft in my other house, my second house. I'll put it up there. I'll buy 2 of everything and put them in both houses. Yeah.
But there's one per household. No, there's different households. Maybe that works then.
Maybe that's why they're doing XL variants and then 19 by 13, so you can put it in your smaller house.
Exactly. Or in the city apartment, which are usually smaller, and then.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, your apartment,
And
for sure.
but we cannot forget our 5-floor Empire State Building lofts that we have. So.
Well, this is New York, isn't it? Or bottlenecks New York, right?
Exactly. So but we're not done with WandaVision. We have another piece by our good friend Andy Fairhurst. How about you tell us about that, James?
It's another fine art clay by Andy. This one's 18 by 24. I guess this one's in a portrait style, so it's a little bit more like poster style. And the title treatment is like part of the image as well. So like 18 by 24 kind of works a little bit. But yeah, this is a hand numbered edition of 275. And looking really great.
Yeah, I love the colors. The, like with the yellow and the red, like having this kind of filter on it. Looking really great.
Yep, it's a really nice composition.
Yep, that's sold out probably quick as well. So
I'm sure Andy's stuff does, because he's great.
Indeed.
He's excellent.
This so this is it for WandaVision. A lot of WandaVision stuff. I know a lot of fans out there of the show, and people say it's their favorite Marvel show. Right?
Yeah. It is my favorite Marvel show.
I know. But we're going to talk about a different Marvel show a little bit later, but more on that when we are at the digital illustration and private commission stuff. Next up is, I hope I'm not getting this wrong. I think was it the Grateful Dead or was it the Doors? It's 710 Ashbury by Nicholas Mowgli. It's the Grateful Dead. It says it on.
Yeah,
it says it on the poster. Okay, lucky.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't see it in my my little preview. So, but yeah, this is a screen print, 24 by 36 inches, and an edition of 225, and a variant which looks also really cool is an edition of 125. But I have to say, I always like the style when Nicholas draws those evening scenes when it's in this blue kind of light, and having the inside lights is obviously yellow, and this is like, I don't know, this is probably San Francisco, right? Is it the Seven Sisters? I'm not sure. Like those famous houses that like Full House was filming in the park in front of that. I've been there once. They all look really great. I mean, I love those townhouse style houses in San Francisco. The architecture is really nice, and I think this is a great architecture piece. I was thinking about it because I really like it. I always liked all the houses that Nicholas does, and only I have nothing to do with Grateful Dead, so that's the only turn off for me.
You can cut that bit out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Photoshop it and reprint it, right? Scan this whole thing.
I'll do that for you. It's £10 and I'll do that for you.
See, where's the odd print edition of this one?
I'll print these out pretty big. I'll blow them up in Photoshop, and then I'll open a shop somewhere on the South Coast and sell them all.
Exactly, yeah. That's what you're gonna do. Maybe I'm just gonna ask Nicholas if he's gonna sell me a super art variant for twice the money.
Yeah.
Put it in my
I
architecture.
guess they could have done that, really. Well, I suppose it's a very specific, like it's a music piece, isn't it? Grateful Dead. If they were going to do a variant, they wouldn't want their name taken off. But
it's like I don't know. It's like doing like the art print version of different movie titles. You know, like the Drew Struzan ones. You know.
Yeah, I know. I totally get. like what you mean. I don't know how that would work with licensing, to be honest. But
It's just a
yeah, because
house.
there's a lot of posts. Yeah, exactly. No, on this one, you're totally right, and I totally agree as well. I would prefer it if it didn't have the Grateful Dead like on the top, because I don't have any connections to that band like you. But yeah, I wonder if that's something that they might do in the future, like do like like an art print version without the.
I mean, it definitely works for this one. For others, probably not as much. But Nicholas,
Not when you have like the little bears and stuff on.
yeah, Nicholas. I mean, he did that. He has other pieces which are very similar, which are really great looking. So this kind of art pieces, I would love to have. This is still on my list. One of the pieces I need to get by Nicholas Mowgli that works in like similar style. And he has to come on the show.
Yeah, he does. I have an idea, like commission idea for Nicholas. So if he's watching, then
all right, Nicholas,
either get in touch with me or like expect a phone call in the next year or so.
Sounds good. Next year is not a long time.
True, but no, he's like.
But yeah, Nicholas, wait every day.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is
not that he needs the work. Like he's like growing like massively. Such a good style.
Indeed. What's up next, James?
What is up next? Great question. We have Under the Iron Sky by Oliver Rankin. This is inspired by a certain film
that we all love and cherish.
Guess what that is. But yeah, inspired by Blade Runner. And this is a screen print. Is that correct? It says it's a screen print on here.
No.
Oh no, I'm reading this. I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy screen print.
No.
No, Giclée 18 by 24.
Come on, I know. I know for sure Sanyoze would have done the separation.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Sanyoze would get that and be like, yeah, I could do that. We'll do it in 4 colors.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is the reg that we see here, and there was also a foil variant, which was super limited, 25.
Yeah, this.
So the regular was 100, and this was 25, and I might be like bombarding Oliver's like DMs for a foil AP if he gets like 3 or something. But yeah, that I really like.
Yeah, this must look very good in hand on foil.
Yeah, on foil, I can see it up in my living room right now. Like, so.
Also very architecture. Yeah. This could also go into my architecture collection.
Yeah, there you go, dude. There you go.
Maybe.
I mean, it kind of sits quite well with your like Pablo stuff as well, like Blade Runner. You can have a whole wall of Blade Runner soon. You've got the Owl by
exactly.
Freyna.
I need it's not Freya. It's AJ Freyna.
AJ Freyna. Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, I have the Gaps Blade Runner.
Yep.
That could go up there. Yeah, maybe.
There's so many good Blade Runner pieces out there, isn't there? It's like Indeed. It's so inspiring for artists.
Yeah, I mean it's a great movie.
Indeed.
Also, a great movie is our next piece by Connor Smythe or Smith. I'm not sure. Spirited Away, obviously, one of my favorite anime movies. And yeah, this is a Giclée print, and it comes in a size of 24 by 16 inches, and it's an edition of 100. And this is like the day version, and of the spa of the. And then we have the night version as well, which also looks really cool. And the night version
this is the Nicholas Mowgli variant.
This is the Nicholas Mowgli variant, exactly. I would love to see that. Him doing that.
That right? Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be great. Like all Japanese like kind of houses. So I think that would be a really good thing for Nicholas to do.
Yeah.
You could do their like old boy scenes and things like that, like dark blue with the yellow lights and.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah,
it'd be so interesting.
Yeah, like basically, he should do the whole book, like the Tokyo book by Liam Wong.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I showed you that. It's like a photography book. I don't know who mentioned it. Somebody mentioned it, like from the artist that I interviewed, and it's an amazing book. And I had to get it, and it's basically a real life photography, like actual photography of Tokyo, like neon lights, a lot of neon lights and dark scenes, and it's all it looks like Blade Runner. It's incredible sci-fi, and it's amazing.
Wow. Let me know after, and I'll have a look into it.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you the book later. This I think Nicholas could knock it out of the park as well. And yeah, the variant is an edition of 50 on this Connor Smythe piece. Next up is a triple triptych.
A triple triptych.
Yeah.
3 times the triptych. So yeah, we have like 3 Marvel triptychs of the main 3 protagonists, or the trio, or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm. The big 3.
The big 3. Entering the ring. It's the big 3. So we have I Am Iron Man as the first.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't put the artist's name on here, and I can't remember who it's by.
It is. Oh, I hope I'm not. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope I don't kill it. I think it's Devin Shuffler. I'm not sure on the first name, but
that does ring a bell.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I kept getting.
He did a couple of weeks back. He did the Indiana Jones ones, and he did the Star Wars pearlescent lithographs as well, like last year.
That rings a bell, because I was getting emails like through the weekend on whoever it was on the timed edition.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sorry I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, these are 36 by 24 lithographs, as you said. It was a hand numbered timed edition.
Mm-hmm. Which is your favorite?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. We have I Am Iron Man. We have Stars and Stripes. And then we have If He Be Worthy, which is the Thor trilogy. And I have my personal favorite, while you're thinking, is Thor. I think the likeness is spot on everything here.
I was gonna say
it looks very cool with the red and the gray black colors there. Iron Man also looks really good. It goes second place for me, but I have to say I'm a little bit off on Captain America.
Yeah, I think for me it's like the gray, but just doesn't quite work.
For me,
like the gray to slight off back doesn't quite work.
For me, it's the likeness in the middle.
A little bit, it's a little bit thick set. In the middle,
but it's just maybe. The middle. Like
the likeness on the left is really, really good.
Yeah, and the right as well. The right,
for the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Strange, but then you look at Thor and it's incredible.
Yeah. Definitely great pieces, all of them there. I hope a lot of people bought those of Devin, and I think he's also working with Dark City, or who does it? Dark Ink. I think it's Dark Ink who also releases like Acme stuff. And I think they had it before, but I don't know. Sometimes Bottleneck comes in a little bit later, and helps with another run.
Cool. So I get. Do they like sharing?
Yeah,
sharing.
I think it's via Acme. I think because I don't know.
Interesting.
But I'm not sure how it works. But because for example, the Star Wars ones and the Indiana Jones ones, I think they have been on Dark City or Dark Ink. I think Dark Ink art before as well, and then moved there later. Alrighty. Moving on from the world of Marvel and going over to Alien. And this is a print for Aliens by Tom Walker, and this is called Not Bad for a Human. It's a screen print, 24 by 36 inches, hand numbered edition of 175, and this looks very cool. It reminds me a little bit of like an action figure, thing, like where you have the Ripley action figure in there, something like that. You know what I mean?
I do. I'm gonna have to do all this from memory. I don't have the images, unfortunately, but I do know the print that
I can cover for you. It's all good. Don't worry.
Sorry, no, I know the print, but yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Jason Edmondson kind of almost like Pulp Fiction-y type image, like you say, that kind of like 80s vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get a special comic book which would have that kind of cover.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
For me, it could be.
Looks really good.
For me, it could be like either the Sigourney Weaver action figure in there, like the tiny ones.
Yeah.
Is it 6-inch? I think it's 6-inch, right?
Yeah, I think so. 7-inch, 6.
Or
Depends how
yes,
depends how tall Sigourney is.
6.25. But yeah, those.
Is that because in real life?
Yeah, those ones, or like have the xenomorph is not as prominent. He's in the back, so it must be a Sigourney Weaver action figure packaging. But yeah, so this came out yesterday. Was it? I think yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then we have also one more by Leonardo Pacciarotti. Leo Arts on Instagram, and he did this wonderful Jurassic Park print. It's a screen print, 24 by 36 inches as well, and an edition of 185 for this classic color looking release. And it's a co-release with Vice Press. And then we also have the variant, which is more in a cooler tone, like in the blue and the yellow instead of the red one. I have to say, I really love the red one. The red one looks really great. I have one problem only. Why do we have a T-Rex twice on there?
Because the T-Rex is the star of the show.
But I know it's like, but it's in the middle there. Like we have an adventure 65 million years in the making. And then in like behind it, like you cannot really see it. It's like fading out. It's the T-Rex head. But we have the T-Rex in the middle from the logo. I wonder why that is. Maybe there was the car before, but they didn't get the license.
True. Yeah, there's always problems with the cars, isn't there? The Jeep and the Ford Explorer. Yeah, I don't know. Well, but it's really like in your face print, isn't it? It's all quite like movie accurate. Everything looks
indeed
very precise, very detailed. Yeah. And then with all like the warning type graphics, that's it's very much a like in your face Jurassic Park print.
It also has the engine logo and the other JP logo in the corner, so that's really interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We also had another release. Do you want me to cover this one?
Sure, go ahead. Now you have the images again, right?
No, I don't have the pictures, but I know the prints.
Okay.
So I'll try my best. I'll try my best. We have Julian Totino's Amazing Spider-Man number 61.
That's great, right?
3D lenticular.
I love the lenticular here. It looks really cool.
Is it displaying on as a GIF?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, these work really well.
I think this one looks really amazing. It's a 1 millimeter PET lenticular, 60 by 24 inches, and an edition of 100. And this, I think it looks really great with Spider-Man flipping basically around, and then you have the spider sense tingling. I think that looks really cool. And then we also have another one, which is Spider-Geddon number 0, also 3D lenticular. We have Spider-Man Noir, I think it's in the back there, and Spider-Gwen coming in here. That looks really great, and I'm a big Spider Noir fan, and yeah. So
I'm a big Spider-Gwen fan.
Yep.
They're both really good. I just wish lenticulars were as good as that. Like when you see them in real life, like they turn and they look like they're perfect, and then all of a sudden you get this like imaginary strip as if it's like glitched, and then it I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe in 10 years time they will like perfect lenticular technology.
The technology we need.
We should put all of our science and technology
who needs a planet? Who needs a planet?
Well, the planet's gonna die soon anyway, so let's put all money into lenticular.
Okay, you heard it here first. Fuck the planet. Love lenticular.
That's like the opposite of like what I mean.
I know. I was just
fuck lenticular. Love the planet, people. But yeah, these are cool, and like they're definitely picking up on the right art to use for lenticular. Like
Exactly.
100%. And there's people who love lenticulars, and yeah,
And the light
it's
boxes,
great for those people.
the light
Yeah,
boxes
yeah.
also that the bottleneck puts out are really great when it comes to lenticulars.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on to our last two pieces for bottleneck, and the first one is The Laughing Fish by Mr. Huandalf himself. And yeah, Mr. Huandalf did a really cool piece on this. I think, is it the animated series? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
It looks a little bit like it, but I'm not sure. And there's this is the regular version, a G-Clay print, 16 by 24 inches, hand numbered edition of 100. And then we have the variant kept in a more greenish Joker green, I guess, like his hair and stuff. And this is an edition of 50, looking really cool. And I know I think I think it's based on a comic book, but I don't know if they translated it into a movie at some point, because I heard it before, but I think I haven't read it.
I don't know. You're gonna have to keep covering, because I can't find any of these images, Tom.
I'll cover. Yeah, you did an update, I guess.
They're not there. They're not there.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Then next one is The Batman Who Laughs by Cale New. I hope I pronounced that right. And The Batman Who Laughs is my favorite Batman, I have to say this. I think the iteration of the Joker Batman basically looks first of all very awesome, and it's a great idea. It's a G-Clay print, 13 by 19 inches, hand number edition of 75. Yeah, looking really amazing, very comic book accurate. I think it's also from I think Cale is a comic book artist, so I think that fits right in there.
They're not there, Tom.
It's okay, but our next one is, so now you can cover the first Mondo piece we have here.
We have, hold on, guys.
Hold on. Give me a second here.
We need a drum roll. It's a suspense.
Drum roll, please. Summertime.
Okay, we have The Swamp Thing.
No.
By Mr. Francesco Francavilla. Screen printed, posted by DL, 16 by 36 inches, in an edition of 100.
Another great format that nobody needs.
16 by 36.
Jesus, why?
I saw this again on another
18
one recently,
or 12.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw that. I saw that too before. I mean, it's okay, but it's definitely another frame that cannot go up. At least on my wall, it cannot go up because it's all, like the symmetry. It would be off because I don't have another 16 by 36 inch.
You're gonna have to have you're gonna have to build in 16 by 36. Get another frame.
Mm-hmm. Indeedio.
That's the cool new size all the kids are producing art at.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's weird. 16 by. I'm just checking this out. That is right.
But it can go with the G-Clay prints of like the Laughing Fish one. It's 16 by 24 inches, or the spider the lenticulars we just covered is also 16 by 24.
Yeah, 16 by 24 is more of a regular size. I think we've done 16 by 24 more.
It's like when you look behind me, it's the gaps ones are 18 by 24 and those are 18 by 36. So it works there, but I don't have any 16 inch
18 by 24 is like a more common, but when you're looking at like regular frame sizes, 16 by 24 pops up as well. And I think 16 by 24 is close to A2 for Brits.
Okay. By the way, speaking of sizes here, one little side note, because like behind me, you can see there's a roll of posters right there. And I took some posters home from the cinema. I got a Suicide Squad, a Wonder Woman, I think a Tenet is in there, and Inception, because they had a re-release of Inception. So I took all of those home in the hope I can put it in my one sheet light box. Nope, German sizes are tinier.
They're tinier.
They're tinier. It's really annoying, so it doesn't fit in
by a little bit. Oh, that's really weird.
And I also have a Toy Story 4 Imax poster, which is another different size, which doesn't fit in as a one sheet because it's bigger than a one sheet.
So, like, was that a quad frame that you had with the light
No.
box?
It's a one sheet, 27 times 41.
Oh, that is really weird.
German one sheets. I think it's German one sheets are A1 or A0, both of them. But A0 is bigger than one sheet, and A1 is smaller than one sheet.
Maybe the cinema like trimmed them weirdly.
No.
They're just like,
They're all like that. Nobody trimmed them. I took them out of the tube.
okay. Well, there you go. Learn something every day.
Exactly. So yeah.
And I will take that to my job, and I'll do nothing with that information.
Please get your size right, please.
Let's have a universal size, people.
Exactly, and use the metric system everywhere. Come on, it's easier. But okay. Moving on to our last piece from Mondo this week, and it's by Randy Ortiz, who is a really great artist, and he did something in the world of wrestling. And the first one is Tommaso Ciampa. I hope I pronounced that right. Which is printed by Static Medium, 12 by 16 inches, in edition of 125, and the same dimensions in edition for Aleister Black. Both are G-Clay posters, looking really dark and grim. Gives me a little bit of a. Why are you laughing? It does, right? It gives you. It gives
Imagine
me.
if the artist was there, was like, so what do you think? Yeah, it's looking really dark and grim. Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. It's just an
How's your
observation.
life? You must be in a pretty dark and grim time right now. These are pretty dark and grim.
Like the Aleister Black one, it reminded me a little bit of the Thanos piece by Greg Roos. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And then especially when it was animated and singing, "It's been 7 days and 5 minutes and blah blah blah." Sinead O'Connor song, yeah. And this kind of reminds me of this.
It's been 5 minutes.
I don't know, whatever it was. I don't know the numbers. I'm sorry, I'm not a shithead head.
Is that for like millennials? Is that the version for millennials who have like short attention spans?
I said 5 days and 7 minutes or something like that.
Oh, likes.
Shut up. Unbelievable. And yeah, going back to the first one also reminded me of Rasputin. Or something like that, some Russian, like, Tsar.
It's the...
Yeah, I think it's the outfit. And the beard, also the beard.
Yeah, and the downturned lip. He's very stern, isn't he?
He's angry.
This guy's angry.
Maybe he's a little bit like mad at Aleister Black because like he doesn't talk to him, and Aleister is very sad about the other guy, you know.
Yeah, maybe he got the tattoo. They were talking about getting a tattoo of the little like moon thing, and he got it first. And so the other guy's really pissed.
Yeah, he tried to get the yin, and the other one didn't get the yang. So.
Yeah.
That must be it.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Okay, we're done with Mondo and having fun with people on.
We are so done with Mondo.
People with prints, and moving on to gray matter art. What do we have in store here?
We have art by our friend Dolly.
I heard for a second. We have art by Alfred Dolly.
Alfred.
Oh man.
So this is Captain America, the first Avenger by Alfred Dolly.
I'm sorry, Dolly.
Another typically visual delight from Alfred. It's a play obviously on the American flag, stars and stripes. I don't know.
Jesus, James.
Sorry.
Get yourself together.
No, yeah, it's looking super.
There's also a variant, which is the same edition, 125 and size 18 by 24 inches, which is the black and red version, which gives us the feels in terms of what's his face? Did the latest Marvel show before Loki. Captain America the Winter Soldier. I mean, yeah. The black outfit. I forgot his name. What was his name?
The guy in the black outfit.
No, not Bridges. It's Kurt Russell's son. But you know what I'm talking about, right? John Walker.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, kind of. I didn't really see that. I thought it was more like a retro version.
I thought you
like when you see like.
I thought you said didn't I see you comment on that somewhere?
Nah. I don't comment on stuff like that.
Okay.
No, like it just seems more like I really like the variant actually. More and more. Because it seems more like a retro. Instead of the white in the background, it's like a cream, or instead of like the bluey white, it's like a cream with the darker, more sort of like older tones coming through.
Fair enough.
It's really good. I like it.
It is.
I like it a lot. This is the kind of stuff I love from Dolly.
It's the approval stamp right there. The James Hobson approval stamp. I should get like a little editing thing where like a stamp comes in, approved.
That could be a new segment.
Yeah, approved. Okay.
We can do like the variant versus the reg, and then which one we like you can get the approved stamp.
And have like a deep voicing, approved.
Yeah, we'll get it done. There you go.
All right,
there's some more work for you to do, Tom.
Thank you very much. It's really appreciated. Next piece, we're going back to Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man number 9 to 14 foil variant by Gabriele Dell'Otto, or Gabriele. I don't know which one it is, but one of the above I just mentioned. And yeah, this is a 36-inch times 10.5 inch. Another great framing option right there for you. And hand-numbered fine Archie clay, metallic silver, 300 grams per square meter, edition of 275 and printed by Gray Matter Printing. Looks amazing. You got all the Spideys in there, so that's always a cool thing.
That is cool. That is very much a custom frame job, isn't it? 10.5, 36 by 10.5, but the art kind of requires it because it's super widescreen, super panoramic. It's a really, really good piece.
Really good piece. Exactly. Okay, thank you, Gray Matter, for those great pieces this week. And we're moving on to Spoke Art and the Jet Henry show. I'm just pulling it up for you guys here because the show is a bigger one. It's called Ukiyo-e. I hope I pronounced that right. And it means the floating world. And it's a Japanese style from the Edo period. And there was a lot of reinterpretation of pop culture moments and pop culture things. For example, like Spidey here, calling it rooftop hero. We got Sailor Moon. We got One Punch Man? I think it is. And obviously the good old Mandalorian and Boba and stuff like that. So really cool pieces by Jet Henry. They all are still available, and except I think the one that sold out is the Kaiju one, obviously the Godzilla one, which looks great. I also love the Logan, the Wolverine one, and John Wick also. Oh no, never mind. It's not John Wick. It's Snake, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some great pieces. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in there, Ghibli stuff. So yeah, what's your favorite from this?
Cool.
You have a favorite?
This is the first time I've seen them.
Okay.
But
I think I'm still going with the Mando or the Boba because like Star Wars. You know what's up?
Because it's Star Wars.
They're
all really good actually. There you go. That's my answer.
Okay. There you heard it first. There's a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of stuff available. So head over to Spoke Art and check out those wonderful pieces. And
Yeah,
now, moving over. Oh, I hope I'm not going to say something wrong. Let me look it up, which gallery it was, because I'm stupid like that. It was Collections, yeah. And Collections made another great piece for The Doors. And The Doors LA Woman show. And this one looks really, really cool. Gives you a very cool Californian 70s vibe, I think. It's by Steve Thomas, 18 by 24 inches, size of 200. Looking really great. Love that. Love those kind of pieces. Since it's not that heavy on the doors, has a logo like in there a little bit, but yeah, looking very artsy and cool in the color, in those colors in the screen print. Must be amazing.
Yeah, I bet the screen print really pops.
Got approved.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, it's really good, isn't it? It's very much a kind of like very well done, typical like travel style.
Yeah, like those postcards, you know.
Americana poster. Yeah. But with the doors stuck in there. So yeah. Cool.
There's some doors in there. On the van.
Yeah. On the van, yeah, indeed.
Alrighty. This is it for Collections, and we're moving over to Black Dragon Press. And Black Dragon Press has two prints we're going to talk about. And Kevin Tong has been on the show before, so check out the interview with him. He did a wonderful piece for Dersu Usala, which is a really great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth it. It is, if you're a Star Wars fan, even more so, because the references that this movie gives you with all the planets and Yoda, obviously, is just incredible. So check it out.
Does Yoda pop up?
Basically, Dersu Usala is the inspiration for Yoda.
Along with Einstein.
You can so see it. It's crazy.
Cool.
And this is the regular version for Dersu Usala, and this is an edition of, I think it's sold out, but I'm sure it's an edition of 150, 24 by 36 inches on a Mohawk cream paper, which is really good, of course. And then we have the Japanese variant, which I got myself, and it looks really cool. It gives me the because they're in the Siberian tundra somewhere, and this gives you those icy feelings from the movie. Really great job in this blue version with the Japanese title. And because it's a Russian movie, Akira Kurosawa made that movie in Russia. He had a translator. It's all Russian actors. They all spoke only Russian and stuff like that. And I was wondering when it came out, where is the Russian version? I would have loved to see that. And then there actually is one. So I'm just gonna pull that ahead a little bit here. In the Russian version, I only seen in a photo. It got the Russian title treatment for basically the rag image. And this one was in the Patreon exclusive for Black Dragon Press. There were only 10 made of these. So yeah, it's very exclusive. And then we have the art print version without the title treatment. It's called the Trapper. Very cool stuff as well. And I heard there's not only those 4 versions, because Kevin told us about the 5th version, but you have to check out the podcast if you want to know more on that, because it's coming out in the future, I think, when an AP is going to arrive over at his shop. Alrighty. Wow.
That's a lot of versions.
Yeah.
Wow. I love this Tom guy. Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
He's great. Are we moving over to a different gallery?
No, it's still Black Dragon Press. It's more of an art. It's more of an art print now. You don't have anything?
No, I don't have the image.
It's number 55.
Oh, it's Maggie Chan.
Exactly.
With the little possum.
Exactly.
Oh, the pigmy
the
possum.
The cute little possum.
From Tasmania. Yeah.
I just wanted to include it.
So yeah, this when it popped up, I was like, oh, this is really cute. Yeah. Little Tasmanian pygmy possum.
Yeah, Maggie Cheng.
The fine art G clay. Yep, by Maggie Chang. Fine art G clay on 310 grams per square meter. Hanemühle.
Mühle.
German etching.
Hanemühle.
Hanemühle.
Exactly.
The image size is 9 by 9. Your print size is 10 by 10. And it's a hand-numbered edition of 75. And it's cute.
It's very cute. And it's for a good cause as well, because some of the money, I think, goes for like nature, like some reserve stuff, I think it was. But it's like...
What nature?
Like a nature reserve. That's why I put reserve in there. Okay?
They don't just like get the coins and throw it into nature.
That works always.
Some of it's for nature.
But yeah, for a good cause that has to do with the environment and animals. So
yeah, hate Lenticular, love the world.
Exactly. This is the anti-lenticular.
Take the money you would have spent on your lenticulars and throw it into nature.
Exactly.
Instead.
That's what you do, people.
Into the script. Yeah.
Okay, this is it for Black Dragon Press, and we move in over to Vice Press, another press. Everybody's pressing things today, and I'm pressing James's buttons. Maybe.
No, I just don't have any of the images up. It's so sad.
Yeah. Why?
This is my last one now. Like the rest, I'll have to try and do from memory.
Okay, this one is the Flash Gordon, Ming, not Ming the Merciless. This is the Flash Gordon poster by Peter Diamond, good friend of the show, has been on here, so check him out. We had a tease a couple weeks back when he was on the show. He gave us Ming to see, and this is on matte gold Miri foil, the variant edition for this one, which looks really cool. I think the variant is my favorite because it's like a little bit off colors in terms of the usual ones, but it looks amazing, I have to say. And it's in
the black with like the mirror foil is really cool because they use that on Bella Grace's Jurassic Park piece, and that looks really nice.
Exactly. And yeah, this is an edition of 250 for the reg and 150 for the foil. So that's really a lot of stuff, and I think they are still available. I think I checked this morning. So look into that. And White Dark print those. I just wanted to mention that. And we have some more Flash Gordon stuff, as I said early in the beginning. And the first one is the Flash Gordon Ming the Merciless coin by Flory. It has two sides. It's an antique gold coin style. It has like a little, it's not like perfectly round. It has like a certain actual coin feel to it. Got Ming on one side, and you know what I mean, like all
with real coin feel.
No, you know what I mean. When you have a coin in your hand, there are those coins like that have a hole. Shut up. I'm not talking to you anymore. You don't even have the images.
And well, that's not my fault.
It is your fault.
It's not. They're not there in the folder.
They're here in my folder, and it's like synchronizing.
Press synchronize. Do something. They're not here.
Jeez, unbelievable. But yeah, so the coin, it gives me the coin feel in terms of like you have. Shut up. You know, when they have like the hole in the middle, or they have like different, like on the edge, it's different and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about here.
Like our 50p coins, where you have like.
For example, I don't know that, but
like,
I
they're
guess
not
so.
round.
Yeah.
They're geometric shapes.
Yes.
Yeah. That real coin feel.
Shut up. Spill it on your computer.
Spit it out.
Yeah. So those are great. 1.5 inch in diameter, and they come with a clear acrylic case to collect them all. And we also have some Flash Gordon animal pins, also designed by Flory. We have Flesh and we have Flesh, which is amazing. We have the like a Flash Gordon one. We have Dive from the Hawk people. We have the noose thingy. It looks like a noose like Ming news, breaking, and stuff like that. And yeah, some really cool pins come also in the set, and they are gold metal, and they come with a black rubber clutch. Also 1 inch to 1.5 inch in diameter. Okay, this is it for the galleries. So thank you for that. And James still doesn't have all the other great illustrations, so I hope he knows what he's talking about.
Look in your folder. Look look in your folder.
It's in my folder.
Boy. It's
all synchronized. What are you
in it.
talking about?
Rubbish.
Rubbish, mate. Rubbish.
Rubbish. I tell you, Dropbox. It's not there.
Okay, then you have to guess. You probably have seen them all. So for
I see. Yeah, they are like Elvis dead. Elvis is dead.
No, Elvis dead. That's like the guy with the scratch with the silver. Is it silver scratch?
Yeah. I've seen it.
Okay.
I was looking at stuff this morning actually.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, he did
the
Ed Wood, a wonderful Ed Wood piece, which goes perfectly in the Universal Monsters stuff he did before, and I think it would go in there perfectly as well. Looking really cool. Love the that it's black and white again, and then have the pink sweater. Looks really amazing. Love that piece. Private commission.
I'm gonna have to search these now.
Yeah, they're gonna be hard to search. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
You can go to AMP. Shout out to AMP, Alternative Movie Posters. They have a great site as well, and I think they should also be covered there. So head over there.
Oh, that's all right then. Well, thanks, AMP. You've helped me out where Tom just didn't.
Of course, it's all my fault. Yeah, the next one is Gone Girl by Garpin Grant, and I hope I pronounced that right. And Garpin has been Rough Deontas before. We had him with his In Bruges piece on, and now he did one for Gone Girl, which looks really cool and very creative. Only thing, when you look at it for the first time, the Gone Girl, Rosamund Pike, looks pregnant. Like 9 months pregnant.
I can't find it. Is this going to be on their Instagram?
Probably, but you're gonna keep searching while I keep talking. So
yeah, I'm gonna try and catch up to you. But I'm looking for this Gone Girl with a pregnant.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Next up is Leonardo Recupero, and he did Black Klansman. Very cool version of Black Klansman. I think I really like this one. Keeping it very simple with just one character, and by Laura Harrier's character, and having this Black Power movement feel on there, which looks really great with the red background there. I think there's also a green version. Yeah, so really cool piece.
I bet it looks cool.
It looks really great with the afro and the likeness. Looks amazing. I really like it.
Okay.
Then moving on, next up is Rich Davies. Turks work. He did a wonderful piece for Labyrinth, which looks very cool. Really liking this one. Composition is really great. Likeness looks awesome. Just great work by Rich Davies as.
Oh, I've just found the Gone Girl one.
As we used to. You want to chime in on that, or?
Just I'll always be like three posters behind. Yeah, she does look a bit pregnant. You're right. It's cool though, isn't it?
But it's not just on first, like seeing it for the first time, and then when you look closer.
Yeah, because that area is like shaded like that. Mm-hmm. Whoa, there's a big bulge.
And
nice.
Yeah, next up is Loki, one of the Loki pieces. I have a couple, but I think this is my favorite though because it captures the different variants to some sort of things, and it's by Caesar. I don't know who Caesar is before. It's the first time looking into his art, and I think it's a cool idea with all the throne of Asgard in the background, having this Last Supper thing going on, and vote Loki in there and the other Lokis. Really cool stuff. Really enjoyed the ideas.
Yeah,
on this one.
I don't know. Is it an illustration or is it a?
I'm not sure.
Like,
it looks a little. It looks illustrated, but it could be also.
It looks like from the other stuff they do really cool photo manipulation. So I think it's a really good job on like a composition, a comp like photo. It's nice.
It is very nice. Oh, and I see. See, now I made a mistake.
Well, I mean, like, you made the mistake to start with.
No, I did not. I forgot to write something down, but I want to put it out here. I'm gonna put it in the comments and add that later. And this is the Shining piece, which is a very cool one. I really enjoy this one because it gives you a different idea on the usual Shining posters.
Yeah. I saw this and I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. I was gonna like suggest that we looked at this one.
Yeah.
This is by John R. Holmes, right?
Exactly. You're right, John R. Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really good. That totally got my attention.
Yeah, that's a really cool piece. But which is also a really cool piece is by our good friend Lisa Shamskaya, and she did a piece for Patterson, which is a really great movie. If you have not seen it, go check it out. It's definitely worth your time. And having the letter in there and having him sit there with lunch, loving it.
Such a good film.
Yeah.
And also like check out Lisa's Instagram. She has like the sketch images for that, and I love just the sketch, like having a black and white sketch of that image. Looks amazing. I might ask if I can purchase the sketch actually. So it's a lovely film, and that just really encapsulates it.
Indeed it does. Moving on to another great artist, Sophie Bland. Sophie Bland is a Studio Canal in-house designer, I think, and she did a piece for the Studio Canal movie Supernova, which is a really, really good movie. I really enjoyed this one, having Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci in there as a couple, and the idea of this was very cool. I really like this one, especially that it's like a landscape style, and the night sky, the blue night sky, having them in there, you know.
Yeah, I need to watch this film. Lots of good things said about it.
Indeed.
But Sophie's work's fantastic, and I was actually speaking to her this week.
Awesome.
Seems like a really, really nice person too. Very busy. And she's also recently got a puppy, so she's even busier.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask if I wanted to get her on the show, so but yeah.
There you go. Definitely. Hopefully she'll be up for it.
All right. Sophie, you're officially asked here. I will send out an invitation. So next up is Wolfgang Leblanc. And Wolfgang did a Westworld season 3 piece, which looks really cool. I loved the whole Westworld and season 3. It all came together. There was some good ideas, some really cool stuff in there. Some silly stuff as well in season 3. But the poster looks really good. Covers everything that we need from this movie.
I can't find it.
The TV show. I'm sorry. Yes. James is not going to find it, so we're going to move on to Tony.
This is what it's come to. James can't find it, so we're going to move on
to Tony Stella. And he did a stellar Indiana Jones, or multiple Indiana Jones pieces. I dug up the Temple of Doom one here, which looks incredible, and he also did one for Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think. And the composition is great. Love this old school feel, the likeness and everything. The painting style on this one is incredible. It's a very, very great piece. Love those ones for the Indiana Jones anniversary there. So yeah, great stuff.
Cool. Can't find it.
And our last piece is by Kirk Moffat. He did one for Invincible, which looks really cool. Like it looks more of a life.
Oh, it's 3D.
Yeah, it's 3D
like,
life. It looks like a live action. kind of almost. And I was wondering if he used for the mustache and like Omega Man used Henry Cavill. I really wondering it because it looks very.
So I had messages about that when I shared it on Instagram. I had a couple of people saying like that totally looks like Moustache Henry Cavill.
Yeah. So maybe Kirk, if you see that, let us know if he used Henry Cavill for this one. It's not a bad thing because I think he would also be a very good fit.
Yeah, it's true. Good.
True indeed. Okay, so this is it, people. We are done with the show for today. Even though James didn't have a lot of photos, he knew what he was talking about. And we got come on, I gave you credit, don't laugh.
Yeah, I had to look an AMP, but I have actually seen most of the ones that were picked.
Yeah, and stamp of approval.
Try and keep it
Approved.
Yeah. Is that for me? Do I get a stamp of approval?
If you stamp yourself, I guess. You're the stamp of approval, man. You're the notary here.
I have to give myself a stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Because no one else will.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming on, James. I know you have a busy day. I have also a busy day ahead of me. So we're going to talk soon. And you guys check out the whole release podcast, obviously. Thank you for that. And don't forget to smash that like button. And we talk next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Approved.